Every day, billions of people ask Google a question. What's the weather? Best pizza near me? How to fix my laptop? Symptoms of a fever. Most people think Google is just a search engine. It isn't. Search is simply the front door. Behind that tiny search bar sits one of the largest advertising businesses ever built, an AI empire, and a system that influences how billions of people discover information every single day. So how did a college research project become one of the most powerful companies in human history? To answer that, we need to go back to 1998. Back then, the internet was a mess. Imagine walking into the world's biggest library, where every book had been thrown onto the floor. That was the internet. There were websites everywhere. Finding anything useful felt like trying to locate one specific Lego brick inside an entire football stadium. Search engines already existed. Yahoo, AltaVista, Lycos, Excite. But most of them ranked pages by simple keywords. If a website repeated the same word 50 times, congratulations, it could fool the search engine. Then two Stanford PhD students looked at the problem differently, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Instead of asking, what words are on this page, they asked, what if we measure trust? Their idea became something called PageRank. Think about it like this. Imagine you're looking for the best restaurant in your city. Would you trust one random stranger or recommendations from hundreds of experienced chefs? Exactly. Websites work the same way. If many trusted websites linked to another website, Google assumed that page was probably useful, simple, but revolutionary. Suddenly, search results became dramatically better. People noticed, very quickly. Google wasn't filled with flashing banners, it wasn't crowded, it wasn't trying to sell you 10 things before giving you one answer, it simply worked. And when something on the internet actually worked, people kept coming back. By the early 2000s, millions became billions. Google had won the search war. But then, a very uncomfortable question appeared. How do you make money from giving away search for free? Imagine opening a restaurant where every meal is free. Great for customers, terrible for business. Unless the meals aren't actually what you're selling. Google realized something incredibly valuable. Every search reveals intent. If someone searches best gaming laptop, they're probably planning to buy one. If someone searches dentist near me, they're probably looking for an appointment. These aren't random thoughts. They're buying signals. And businesses are willing to pay a lot of money to appear in front of someone at exactly that moment. This became Google Ads. Let's imagine three companies, Nike, Adidas, Puma, you type, best running shoes. In a fraction of a second, those companies compete in a lightning-fast advertising auction. The winner appears near the top. Google doesn't sell the shoes. Google sells the opportunity to be seen, billions of times, every day. That's why advertising became Google's biggest business. Search wasn't the product, attention was. But advertising was only the beginning. Because Google slowly started building something much bigger, first Gmail, then Maps, Chrome, Android, YouTube, Photos, Drive, Calendar, Assistant. Today, millions of people wake up, unlock an Android phone, check Gmail, open Chrome, watch YouTube, navigate with Maps, store photos, and back up files to Drive before lunch. One company quietly became part of an ordinary morning. Now, this doesn't automatically mean Google is spying on everyone. Many of these services exist because people choose to use them and because personalization can make them more useful. For example, Maps remembers your favorite places. YouTube recommends videos based on what you've watched. Search can remember your language preferences if you're signed in. These features can save time. But they also raise an important question. How much information should one company know?